These two quadratic equations are in standard format, so we're going to have to use the formula negative b over 2a to get the x value of the vertex. And then once we find the x value of the vertex, we'll plug that in to get the y value. This negative b over 2a also gives us the x value for our axis of symmetry. So I'm going to calculate that first. A, B, and C, this is the number in the front here in front of the x squared is the a term, the number in front of the x is the b term, and then the constant on the end is your c term. We won't be using c in this formula. So we want negative b, which already was a negative 4, so that's like saying negative 4. You can just write positive 4. It will always just change the sign on your b number. This negative, that's what that does. Over 2 times a, here a is 1, so 2 times 1. So this is 4 over 2, which is 2. So the axis of symmetry, and you may be having to label that on the test, and you have to put x equals, in this case is x equals 2. Then we need the y value for that parabola, and I'm going to graph this axis of symmetry. There's my axis of symmetry. So I need to plug in the 2 into the equation. So for x, so 2 squared minus 4 times 2 plus 4. So 2 squared is 4 minus 4 times 2 is 8 plus 4. This would be negative 4 plus 4, which is 0. So the y value of the vertex is 0. So my vertex for this one is at 2, 0. So right here at 2, 0. Then we look at the a term to tell if we have a stretch on our parabola here, to use my pattern graphing, with the 1, 1, 2, 4, 3, 9, always just whatever this number is squared. It's a positive quadratic here because it doesn't have a negative sign here. It has a no number in front, which means it's 1, which means we're going to use the pattern as is. So 1, 1, so out 1, up 1, out 2, up 4. And that will be my parabola. For that one. Number 4 is the same format. So again, I'm going to do the negative b over 2a. So here, again, negative 4 over 2 times a. In this case, a is negative 1. So this is going to be 4 over negative 2, which is negative 2. So the axis of symmetry is at x equals negative 2. So I'm going to graph that. So my parabola will surround that axis of symmetry. Then we need to take that negative 2 and plug it in. Now be careful of signs here. We've got a negative, and we are plugging in negative 2 squared there, minus 4 times negative 2 minus 1. Negative 2 squared is 4. So this is like you have that negative out front though still. So negative 2 squared, positive 4, but we had a negative out front. Negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8, and then minus 1. Negative 4 plus 8 is 4, minus 1 is 3. So the y value of the vertex is 3. So the vertex is at negative 2, 3. So we would go back 2 and up 3 for my vertex. Also, I need to know, what direction to go again, and if there's a stretch. It's a negative out front, so our sad parabola is going to be going down, and it doesn't have like a 2 or a 3 or a 4th or anything, so we don't have to change our pattern. So the pattern will stay. We're just going to be going down. So out 1, down 1, out 1, down 1, out 2, down 4. And copy that there. It's also, the axis of symmetry is also the mirror line. You can reflect across it once you get those points plotted to make it where you have the less counting. And there is my parabola for number 4.